there's nothing that's going to hold you back from going and doing that. Like, my thing is, wherever you're at in your career, you can always be doing something. Like, the amount of stuff you can do in one day is amazing. I mean, you can accomplish a lot. And most people, they don't do that. They just talk about it.
Podcast with Alex Kaufman, Matt Teifke, my co-host.
Yeah, baby, the Real Estate Podcast. I'm still excited about that.
Yep, it is an interesting name. I'm curious as to why it hasn't been seized.
I think people just left out the word podcast at the end of it. They just were typing in like the Real Estate Show, and no one decided to put podcast, and it was still available.
I don't know. It could be that. I don't know if it has to do with trademarks, and maybe the Real Estate Podcast is too vague. I'm not too sure there.
Yeah. I don't know, but we got it, man. I'm excited. Andrew stepped up on that one and somehow found out that nobody had taken it, and now we got it.
Boom. Well, today, let's talk about what's your favorite saying?
I know what you're getting at. It's don't talk about it, be about it. And it's been resonating with me a lot lately.
What does that mean to you?
Well, it's just we're in a unique situation and place with our career that people want to reach out to us and they want to get guidance and get help. And even outside of real estate, I just feel as if so many people talk about things and they don't do it. And it's like, I don't even want to talk about it at all. Just go do it in general. And it's just a pet peeve of mine because when you're out there trying to get after it and go make things happen and you find people that are acting like they want to do or talking about doing it and they're talking a big game, it's just annoying. It just is, because there's nothing that's going to hold you back from going and doing that. Like, my thing is, wherever you're at in your career, you can always be doing something. Like, the amount of stuff you can do in one day is amazing. I mean, you can accomplish a lot. And most people, they don't do that. They just talk about it.
Do you feel like, because what's funny is you say that a lot, right? And then, for example, like last night when you posted that Facebook comment about whatever you said, Alex and I are looking for a hustler, blah, blah, blah. So, like, it's like you put yourself in that situation to where a lot of people are talking about it and they're not about it. Mm-hmm. And so do you feel like people are constantly letting you down about that certain aspect? Or do you feel like you allow people to like you have high expectations for people?
Yeah, probably. Probably I have high expectations, and I probably don't communicate it as well, exactly what I expect, but I just take things from my own experience and from who I am, and someone doesn't have to tell me step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need to know what's A to Z, and then I'll go try and make that happen, and I'll go learn, and I'll go try and go above and beyond. The first job I worked at, I've talked about this, I was the first one in, last one out every day. Every job actually was that, and I don't know. That's what it takes to get ahead, and it's like Gary Vee always says, like, if you're not complaining about something, then it's all good. Like, if you don't want to do more and you're happy with your life and you have a 9 to 5 and you have the family and you're off on weekends, like, that's great. I get it, but don't talk about wanting to do more when you're hanging out on Saturday and Sunday. Like, do you really want to do more? And that is my thing, is like, I just think there's a disconnect with people. And I actually believe that people are exactly where they want to be. I believe that people are doing everything they want to do, and they're just tricking themselves and saying that they want more. But really, You don't want to be doing more. You want to be off on a Saturday and a Sunday, and that's cool. Like,
right.
So it's just I think maybe it's I just see the flaw in it.
Well, and that's the reason I asked is because, I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I think so I saw you post that, and then I think, 15 or so people commented on it, and you tagged me in there, and you're like, Alex, check it out. And so I didn't even read it all. I just said, if you're interested, please email us.
Yeah.
And guess how many people emailed us? One person, but they didn't even comment on the post. So,
and I talked to like 4 of them. I've got 4 meetings actually set up, or actually 2 or 3, and then I'm going to set up the other 2. But I've been thinking about that since I posted it last night, and I'm like, I just want to get all these people to come in.
So did you message them or what?
Yeah.
Right. And so that was my thing, was I read all that, and I was like, I'm not even going through the trouble of messaging these people.
Right.
Due to the fact that this happens on a daily basis, and I thought to myself, it's not even worth reading all of these right now. If they are interested and are serious about it, they'll just send us an email to get started on next steps. And I wasn't going to take the time out to message each one of them individually and say, great, I'm glad you're excited about blah, blah, blah. Come do this with us. We do that every day. And 99% of people never follow through. And
yeah,
for me, I have learned to let go of having high expectations for people.
And honestly, man, like, ultimately I'm a sales guy. Like, I'm not heartless. I have a big heart, and I care about these people. And part of the reason why I'm saying this is I'm trying to push people. I'm trying to, like, call you out in a certain way, and I'd love for people to hear this and stop doing that. Like, stop just talking about something and go do it. And since I posted that, I was thinking about it last night. I want to email some of these people and say, show up at my house every day at 6 o'clock, be there waiting for me, and leave my house at 7. And I know that if that was me when I was getting started, I'd freaking love that. I would love somebody to do that and to come in and learn. And how many people are probably going to do that? None. But maybe there's one. And that person that does that is special, right? They're going to be doing something. They're going to do, as far as business goes, like, they're going to do something because they're committed to it.
Well, and that's the thing is, I think that with this topic specifically, I think, and just real estate in general. So, like, in these trainings that we're running, or like yesterday when we were talking with those 2 gentlemen right here, and they were talking about, we can go to YouTube, we can, there's a ton of free information out there, right? That'll teach you exactly what to do, how to do it. But nobody ever does it. Mm-hmm. And so I think the most important thing in my experience with business, with whatever I'm trying to do, is not being an expert at that, but doing it until I figure it out. Mm-hmm. And that is the most important thing, is that just do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and back to why am I frustrated, honestly, it's because it's probably 99% of conversations I have. That's why. And I have a lot of conversations all the time.
I'm sure you do. And that's why you're in your spot. And you enjoy doing that. I don't. And it tires me out having those conversations all day long.
Thanks, Lex. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know what? But also, the thing is, I think everyone says that I enjoy it. And I do. But I enjoy everything I do because I tell myself to enjoy it. Like, that's the mindset I have. It's not easy. Like, I was thinking about this last night as well. There's a lot of things that I could be doing to make a lot more money right now, every day. Like, it would most likely be attacking properties every day. But I have made this commitment to long-term thinking. Like, I believe what I'm doing right now is setting up the foundation and the roots for having really good people in a big business, and I'm not just attacking it, trying to make everything I can right now. I'm passing out leads to other agents, right? And it's a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, I mean...
Oh, what I was going to say is, like, I don't necessarily love having 10 meetings a day, but I do it because to me, it comes back to sacrifice. Like, I can say that I'm sacrificing almost everything I possibly can to do what I want to do. So maybe that's part of it, is like I'm I'm so far from talking about it that I'm doing it every day, and it's frustrating to see the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Especially when people are coming to me for help.
Right. I get it. I mean, and I think that is I think that has been your experience, and that has been my experience, and that's why I keep saying, and to each their own, right?
That's what I want to be clear is, like, I'm not calling out people that I don't think everyone has to live this life.
The thing is we love it. What we do on a daily basis, and what I've done with you for the past 3 years, or however long it's been, has just been fun, right? It's just been fun learning. It's been fun growing. It's been fun trying to figure it out. And so, like, to me, it's not work. It's not something that, I have to force myself to do. It's something that I get to do, and it was an opportunity that was presented.
But we're also putting in the work, right? Like, I think we love it, but there's a million things we would both love to do more than this, right? This beats the alternative of what we could be doing in our life. And
I don't know. I love what I do.
I do too. But I'm just saying, like, if you had $10 million in your pocket right now,
I'd be doing the same thing.
Well, then that's great. Like, I love that.
It may be a little different, maybe on a bigger scale or something. But to me, what's fun is problem solving, and is growing, and is
yeah, and that's to the $10 million. We would ideally be solving bigger problems, right? So it would be different, but I get the point. Like, and I probably would do that same thing. But I guess what I'm getting at is, like, this isn't just, we love it, yes, but we're not having fun and games all day, right? Like, I mean, I don't love that after I do this podcast, I'm gonna have 30 emails to catch up on, but I go crank those out every second. I don't even think twice about it. That's just, like, what I have to do, and I tell myself I love it, right? And that's just my mindset. Like, and maybe it's not even that I love it. It's just there's nothing negative to me. Like, it's all just push forward. No time for complaining. There's just no talk. It's just action. That's I guess where my mindset comes from.
And to the don't talk about it, be about it. I mean, why do you think that is not the case for many?
I just think that they actually don't want it. I think they want it, but they don't. Yeah. So maybe that's the thing, is, like...
Or does it sound cool to want it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it sounds cool to say you want to do all these things.
You know how...
Like, I guess you're maybe looking for some kind of validation or respect.
Right, or whatever it is. You know how Gary Vee talks about he doesn't like the word entrepreneur, or...
I don't know.
What does he say specifically? Maybe that's my thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't like the word entrepreneur, and I don't like being labeled entrepreneur or calling myself entrepreneur, because I feel like I get thrown into the boat with the rest of those 99% of what we're talking about.
Where now it's become cool to be an entrepreneur. Right.
So that's what Gary Vee is talking about. I think it does sound cool to want to do that, or, whatever people tell you. But I think that there is a very, very small percentage that don't necessarily think it sounds cool. But it's more about it's fun, or it's the opportunity, or it's, being able to go out and take advantage of that, and not to have a label of, like, this is cool, this is what I do, I invest in real estate. It's more about the hustle and the game and the challenge, as opposed to the label.
Yeah, man, and I want to help people get to wherever they want to go. I really do. Like, anytime if I know someone's trying to do something, I want to help them do that. I believe that if you brought in 10 people and they wanted to commit, and they were like, I'm going to put my head down and work hard for the next 10 years, I believe that I could show them things to do that would make them extremely successful. And if that's what they wanted, I think they can get there. Like, and I could probably do it with 100 people. I mean, and it really comes down to the power of real estate and all the opportunities within it. Like, set people up on the right path. And it's frustrating because there are people that want to do that, that aren't just talking about it, then there are ones that are talking about it, and they're taking up the time from the other ones, right? Because the ones that want to do it, they do need to learn, and they do need to get around the right people to understand how to do that. And I guess the problem is if people are talking about it, they're just wasting everyone's time. They're wasting their own time. They're wasting the people that want to do its time because they're taking that away from someone else, and they're wasting my time or whoever's trying to show them.
Yeah, I do believe that you kind of create your own opportunity, as well as I think that, like I've been very blessed to have known you for 18 years and to have been given this opportunity by you, right? That's the way I view it.
You made the opportunity yourself.
So that's what you say,
yeah.
Right? And I understand that. However, had you not given me that opportunity,
right? That's what I'm saying. Is that if someone else would have been taking my time, then maybe I wouldn't have been able to meet with you, right? And that's really frustrating because that could take away from somebody building.
Yeah, and I think that I think a lot of it has to do with luck. However, I think that. Dude, I mean, I've been dreaming about this my entire life. I was 5 years ago. I was a little less than 5 years ago. I was waving a sign outside of Azle Road in Azle, Texas. Actually, it was Lake Worth, Texas. Firehouse. I was making $8.25 an hour, and I was listening to. J. Cole's The Warm-Up Mixtape, just knowing that this is what I had to do right here and right now. Mm-hmm. However, as soon as an opportunity presented itself, I was going to seize it and not look back and run with it, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think a lot of people probably, view it that same way, but a lot of people may never maybe you don't recognize it, maybe you don't go out and create that opportunity, or maybe that opportunity is never presented to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good point, man. And I just want to be clear that I'm doing this out of passion of wanting to help. I don't want to be calling people out. I know people have different situations, and this isn't. Everyone has their own things going on in their lives. Maybe you can't commit to real estate full time because your family's sick or you're sick or whatever. It's just there's so much passion here to help the people that want to get there that sometimes you have to come off a certain way to get to that point.
Yeah, I get it. And actually, Andrew and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, how you can lead a horse to water all you want, but you can't make him drink, And I think a lot of that has to do with it too, man. And I understand being extremely passionate about something and wanting to tell the world about it and wanting to bring everybody along with you on this journey.
Yeah,
but not everybody wants to be on the journey.
It's more it makes me think of point the horse to the direction of the water, and they don't even take the first step. Leading them, it takes your time. You're going there, and that's even worse. But you can't even some people that talk about this stuff, you can't even say go this way and then take that step.
Well, and that's my point is that you can't. No matter what you view, no matter how big you see this opportunity is, and no matter how much you think it will impact someone's life in a positive way, unfortunately, like we're talking about, people have their own things going on, people have their own ambitions, and people aren't you and I.
No, and they don't have to be, but ultimately I guess the point is if you're talking about it and you're not doing it, that is what it is first of all. But what it really means, like I said, is in my opinion that you don't actually want to do it. If you're not taking 10 action steps every day towards what you're talking about, you're just wasting your time. And what it means to me is there's something else you actually want to do. And I want everyone to find that. I want you to find what you want to do and not just talk about things. And maybe you've talked about doing real estate for 10 years, for 3 years, for 4 years. And maybe you don't want to do real estate. Maybe you want to go work on, really cool boats or cars or who knows, build houses. I mean, whatever it is. And that's what I guess I'm trying to get to is trying to help people figure out what they want instead of just talking about it. Because I feel lucky, and I know you do, and Andrew, we do what we want to do. There's no desire to we know what we need to do when we wake up, right? And that's to me a freaking blessing. That is why we love what we do, because we just get it. We don't have to be told anything, ever, right? We know there's a million things I could go do right now, and I want to do all of them, right? I think that's a blessing to have that, and I want people to have that.
It is. I think a lot of people don't want that though, too. You're
probably right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't want that, that's fine. Just stop talking about it.
Right, I get it. Well, I mean, at this point, that's kind of what I'm getting at. At this point, I understand what you're saying, and that's why, like, I don't invest too much personal or emotional effort into it, is because people are going to do what they want to do regardless. And it's a waste of, I believe, for me, it's a waste of emotional energy to try and convince somebody to go a certain way when they don't want to go that way.
Right. No, I feel you on that.
And so really it's like, for me, it's for me, I had to stop complaining about the people who talk about it but don't want to be about it, and I just go do me. And
no, you're right, man. And also, like, part of my thing is when I find someone like you, right, that's when it's amazing. So there's a feeling, I can't think of the word, but there's this, like,
there's no better feeling than seeing that light bulb turn on in someone's,
but you're like searching for this. You're searching for these people. And when you find the right people, like you, like Andrew, they thrive, and that's freaking awesome, right? And it's worth 1,000 people that talk about things.
Weeding through the 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like there's in my mind is like, Gary Keller, Elon Musk, whatever you want to say. There's a bunch of those people out there right now that are our age, that are, younger than us, and they just need to be, put in that right situation by the right person. I strongly believe, like, all these people would have done great things, all the big name people, but I also think there's little things that happened in their life that in some way was luck. Like, there was a ton of hard work and commitment and consistency, but little tiny things happened in their life that, maybe Jeff Bezos wouldn't have done what he did for, like, who knows what it was. I don't know. Maybe not him, but who knows, right? And so, like, that's my goal is I want to be around these people. I want to find them. I want to be that myself. And it's a constant search. Yeah. And the talk is what is just, that's like it's the gray, it's the clouds, it's just like messing it all up,
It's the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. And that's what I was saying, is that I think that a lot of successful people did have a lot of luck, scattered out in between all the hard work and the commitment and the long nights and whatever it was. Not every single person is, put in the same situation, has the same circumstances, nor gets presented the same opportunities. And it is kind of a...
Yeah, but like they say, I find the harder that I work, the luckier I get. Mm-hmm. Like, just kind of how it works. And you don't have to be like everyone else. You can be your own person. I don't have to be...
Right. No, but what I'm trying to say is I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to present that same opportunity to everybody. Yeah. That's your goal.
Right, sure.
You want to be able to cultivate these people who really want to take advantage of it, right? I mean, correct or no?
No, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, that's why you do this.
I do believe everyone should buy real estate and own real estate. I think everyone should. Right. I can't really figure any reason why you shouldn't or why you shouldn't care about it. But, I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid, and I've seen my own success, and I see how it works, and I see how it changes lives. Like, everything I'm doing, it's potentially going to be here 100 years from now.
Right.
It's freaking amazing, So it's just, I just see it, I guess. I see it. I see how to do it. I see what it takes, and I do want to help people get there.
Well, what has it been in your experience? Like, I know what it's been in my experience in terms of what it takes. What's it been in yours?
I think if you can, at the end of the day, if you can say that you did everything it took, there's nothing else I can think of that I could do. And if there is something I think of when I'm laying in bed, I get up and go do it. I have a mental checklist, and I try to do everything I possibly can. to get where I want to go every day. And it's literally probably that simple, but throw in some integrity, obviously, consistency, and time, and I just believe you can get there. Like, I don't really go to bed at night and think, man, there's something else I could have done to be better at our business. And if I do, I wake up and go do it.
So that simple, huh?
Over a long period of time, network like I always.
But where did
about.
that come from?
I think it came from my mom, for sure. I mean, my mom was hardcore, dude. I'm raising 2 kids right now, and I have a wife, Lexi, obviously, and she raised my brother and myself by herself. She worked a full-time job. She had 3 cell phones, and she started owning a lot of real estate, and she was hardcore. She was very intense. Nothing, and it's, maybe I'm just a psychopath for these reasons. Like, I'm intense. Like, whenever I would have a good hit in baseball, she's like, why didn't you run faster? Why did you look at the ball? There's nothing was ever good enough, ever, never. And that's what's instilled in me. Like, I can always be better. I can always do more. There's no, like, looking up. It's just push, keep going. And, that's who I am. My brother's the same way.
Yeah. Y'all are different, but the attitude there is the same.
Yeah. I mean, that's hardcore, man. Like, if I have an hour with both of my kids, I am stressed. Like, it's hard, man. And to do that and have a full-time job, I think that's part of my thing as well, is like, if my mom did that with all these things I'm talking about, then you're talking to some single guys that are 20 years old, 21 years old, and they're talking about this, like, and in their mind, I know that they have excuses on why they can't do it. It's like, what are you talking about?
I don't think I've ever heard you make an excuse about anything.
I'm sure I have and do, but yeah, I try
with what we do.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I try. I mean, I don't believe in making excuses. Like, when people say that they don't have enough time, I don't believe in that. I think it's that they don't want to they don't make it a priority.
There's plenty of time.
There's so much time in a day. That's what I was starting off with. Like, man, the amount of stuff you can accomplish in one day if you put your head down and work, it's insane. And if you do that for a long time, and I did it, man. Like, I worked super hard. I'm not kidding when I say first one in, last one out every single day, and I took 18 hours of school. Like, I was dressing like you, and it's great. Like, I would go to class, I would get out, I'd show houses. I literally went to the hospital. Like, I've had my own problems with it. This isn't for everyone. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just saying there's a way if you have this passion and this fire and this desire.
Well, and that's kind of what I've been trying to get at as well, is that at least for me, and I'm sure that it's the same for you to a certain extent, it's not really about I think that's what's different with what we're talking about here is I think that it's, at least for me, I'll just speak for myself, it's not about the property, it's not about the annual income, it's not about, I mean, we live like we're broke, do we not?
Yeah, we do.
And we are, for the most part, because when money comes in, it goes straight back out.
Right.
Right. And so it's not about money. It's not about security. It's not about, at least currently, it's not about comfortability. Mm-hmm. It's about what you're talking about, which is grow. Do more. Continue to build. And that's what's different. Mm-hmm. Is for us, I mean, for myself, I don't think about, it's not about the real estate. We don't even, we don't make a ton of money.
We don't go drive by our houses and look at them and
right. Yeah, I forget about, as soon as we close on, it's about the deal, right? It's about the
chase, the game.
It's about the hustle, and that's what's fun. And I think that that's what we're attracted to. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's what separates it, because from the outside looking in, it looks like it's about real estate. It looks like it's about big checks. It looks like it's about cash flow. And it is, right? Like all that stuff is in place. However, to us, that's just a byproduct of what we're really doing.
That's a great point. I think that you nailed it right there. Yeah, man, I
think that's the disconnect.
Yeah. And, you know, my thing is like you see the opportunities of what you can do in life by making steps, right? And I loved Kevin Hart was on Joe Rogan podcast, and he was like, life has video game like qualities. It's like you literally level up. Like you go do something, and then you're looking at this whole new world of opportunities, right? All of a sudden now we're looking at $5 million commercial buildings, right? We do that. Now we're looking at $100 million apartment complexes and whatever. You can level up every day. Every day is new, and you can start fresh, and you can create new opportunities. And, you know, we live in the United States of America. Like, whatever people may say about what's going on, I know it's crazy, right? But there's still opportunity everywhere. Like, you know, go look at, people are doing things all over in every kind of business. And the people that are doing stuff are doing it every day. Like, they're waking up early. They're putting in the work, you know? And I think you're right. Like, people just see the after product. They don't see the
glamour. And that's what's attracting. It's the glitter, it's the glamour. And we don't live a glamorous life.
Not at all.
Do you?
No.
I mean, you know, you live in a nice house here, but it's about the game. It's about the hustle. That's why we really do what we do.
Right. And that's probably my pet peeve, man. We're in this game, we're in this zone. But if there's people that are not trying to get in that zone, they're just wasting time. Wasting our time too.
Yep. Well, they don't waste my time.
Yeah, you have a different approach. I like it. That's I think why we make a good partnership is because we have different things, and maybe I'll go find a couple more people like that, and then you'll be happy about it.
You do, man, and that it is good in that way, and that's, you know, like I see you on there, and I'm like, God, what is he doing now? But, you know, because I would never do that. What I'd rather do is try and I'd rather watch people, and then I would go and I would approach that person individually instead of throwing out a cast net.
Sure.
And
maybe I'm just doing it wrong too, and I gotta learn.
No, it's
I don't know. Maybe
that's how you found me. That's how you found these partnerships that we're about to enter into, right? It's not a bad thing.
Sure.
I think it's just two different personal opinions on how to go about it.
Sure.
And I love helping people. I mean, I've devoted the last 5 years of my life to helping people. Mm-hmm. It's not about that. However, I've tried to help so many people in a different area that I learned that you can't force anybody to do anything.
Yeah.
And what I was actually doing was prohibiting someone else from getting that same opportunity.
Sure.
Because I was wasting time on someone who didn't want it.
Yeah. And probably to close this out, I just want to put this simple so people understand. Like, we've had a list of 18,000 or however many people to cold call to join our team. We've given this list to 6 different people because there's plenty of names for everyone. Literally, nobody did anything. We met with these people. We put an hour, 2 hours. We got excited. I don't know why they met with us. I can't understand why you would come to a meeting and say you want to do this and literally do nothing. It doesn't even make sense to me. Like, you're wasting your time and our time. And that's part of the frustration. Like, and, you know, I know that there's people that would call that entire list in I don't know, month, 2 months, right? And I want to find that person. And maybe that's what I'm trying to get at, right? But I still don't understand why. Like, literally, people didn't do anything. All of it, right? Did anyone do anything?
Yeah, you know.
No. I mean, maybe for a day or two.
Like a half a step forward.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's it.
Cool. Well, don't talk about it, be about it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like our channel, subscribe. We're going to be putting these out constantly. Would love any feedback, advice. We're trying to figure out how to be different, how to be unique, and how to just give you guys what you find valuable. So thanks again for tuning in to the Real Estate Podcast.
Adios.